we're being joined by a special guest right now in studio, our news prodigy, Jaden Jefferson, and Jaden reports. You know him from Ellen and all this other great work he does, but he actually works news 7 days a week here in Toledo, and Jaden's hanging out with us. Good morning, Jaden.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how are you, brother?
You know, constantly busy, because that kind of is what the Toledo news market is now. So whatever's happening, I'm there.
I love it. Now, how old are you now, Jaden?
15.
Oh, you're 15.
Yes.
So what do you want?
Well, no, like, how old were you when you were first on Ellen?
So that was when I was 11.
11 years old.
Yeah.
And God, like from 11 to now, I remember sweater vests. I remember khaki pants, a very well manicured young 11-year-old boy who was just shining and full of promise and happiness. And then I see war-torn 15-year-old
news business,
news hardened, just grizzled. The industry has ground him down.
You're like a veteran now.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's funny because, like, a lot of people are like, news must be fun. And I'm like, yeah. You know, let's go with that. That's a word. We'll use that.
Fun.
Let's use fun.
Now, after Ellen, you were on live with Ryan and Regis and
or Kelly.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's Regis's,
old dead white guy.
It'll always be Regis's show. But you were on there even after the Ellen stuff. Do you still go on with Regis and I mean with Kelly and Ryan?
Kelly and Mark.
Yeah.
Kelly and Mark now.
Now Kelly and Mark, yeah. And that's the thing that I was actually teasing before the interview, where there's a little partnership, you know, and I'm excited to see where things go, because actually before the pandemic we've been working on something, but of course COVID hit, and so COVID just kind of shut all that down for quite a while. So we have a little thing in the works.
With Kelly and Mark?
Yes. So
Love
a
it.
little special national assignment there.
So fun. I went to their show before and sat in the audience.
It's probably
Unreal.
I felt
So you're working for them? Can I just tell you, I sat in a room while they were there.
Well, you know, I feel
well,
like
I was with Ryan.
See the correlation?
I watch them every day, so I feel like I know them.
Yes.
And it's quite literally, once you get in person, it's that same energy, because when I was first on the show, like, it was the most excitement. Like, when I walked out, I was like, Kelly was excited to see me, but I was like, you're Kelly Ripa?
Right.
So it was like a funny, like, you're
That's
the
cool.
host, you know?
And let me ask you this. So when you say you're doing an assignment, my guess is it's political, because you got your chops and you kind of made the scene doing political interviews. So is it a political assignment?
Can I do a guess?
Go ahead.
All right. So
I say it's political.
He says political.
Assignment.
I say it's Kelly and Mark. So I'm thinking more lifestyle entertainment stuff.
Okay.
That's a good way to look into it.
Yeah, because you also did you've interviewed Oprah, who have you interviewed?
Yeah, Oprah, Brad Pitt, Naomi Osaka, Eric Stone Street from Modern Family. So yeah, like some pretty fun interviews.
So,
Go ahead,
Ryan.
Are you going to go to be one of those that go out to the streets to interview people?
And that's actually, there's a tape out there. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a tape of me doing that for a little network pitch.
Right.
So that's going to be part of it. There is, I would like to define it as one project, but it's actually multiple, and we're kind of just running down the line. We're on project 1 right now.
That's so exciting.
Just as accomplished as you are at 15, it's stunning. It is stunning, and
thank you.
And you're grounded. You're just a good kid. And I mean, do you ever get in trouble?
No, really, because I go home. Like, once I'm done at school, I'm going home.
There'd be nothing worse than having to report on yourself.
Oh, man. Could you imagine?
Like, this just in, Jaden arrested.
Yeah. Oh, no, I've been there.
So do you have time for friends?
Oh, yeah. But literally, when I go home, that means I'm in. Like, I think I'm more social when I'm, like, not, like, tired from covering news. But once I'm kind of done getting through all of that work, I'm like, all right, time to go to bed.
But Jaden, let me ask this. We're talking to Jaden Jefferson, of course, from Jaden Reports, news prodigy. I'm guessing that a lot of your friends, because I've seen kind of from Facebook, it seems like they're older. Like, you hang around with an older set, like news people.
That's always been the case for me, interestingly enough. Like, my principal in the 2nd, 3rd grade, literally, I would always talk to her at recess. So I think I was kind of like, from the very beginning, like, it was inevitable.
Why did Jerry Anderson drop you off? See you tomorrow, Jer.
Because I couldn't imagine you like having a conversation with like a 15-year-old. Like I can't even imagine you having a conversation with Andy
With
Joe.
me,
Admittedly, like a lot of my friends, we're kind of like at that same point in life where we're just like, we care more so about everything that happens outside the school than what happens in the school. So we literally talk about a variety of topics that you would just not expect 15-year-olds to be talking about.
Right.
Like I know at some point this week we talked 401ks. It happened.
See, what? Oh my God!
At some
do
point.
you know how comforting it is as a parent to walk into your teenage boy talking about a 401k? You're like this. Well, I guess I ain't got to worry about something for a minute.
Well, isn't it also? It's like, isn't it refreshing to know that if you walk into your 15-year-old's room, you haven't startled them and they're not hiding something on you?
And he's hiding pamphlets of his retirement plan underneath the bed. I don't want you to see these, Mom.
That would be amazing.
I think about it all the time too because I like literally one of my favorite apps, and again,
I can't.
15, but it's one of my favorite apps,
What?
LinkedIn. So
Jesus.
I may or may not do a lot of like career planning. Like this is kind of what I want, so I can like retire. Because Gen Z is not the most fun generation for the topic.
Bro, you know what? It's so funny. My son is, my oldest is 17. And
Could you imagine him hanging out with
he bought, yeah, I can, as a matter of
Really?
fact,
Okay.
because my son had saved up for like 4 years, and he bought a Camaro, brand new Camaro, and people were like, aren't you worried? Your son's driving this muscle car, and like it's a girl car. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, but they were like, aren't you worried? I was like, no, he plays the trombone. No, this is the most responsible child I have ever met in my life. And then Jaden sits down next to me, and he's talking 401k, and leads with, we talk about a variety of topics in my friend group. I'm like, first of all, friend groups at 15 don't use the phrase variety of topics.
Andy Joe, what do you think of this kid? You're 19. What do you think of this 15-year-old kid?
Well, I mean, it's like I told you, I didn't even think that you were 15. I thought you were like way older, and I would just love to sit down, have a cup of coffee, and just chat with you.
And coffee's my favorite beverage. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
See? Are you kidding?
Coffee's my
I would
favorite
feel,
beverage.
and you know what? As a regular dad, if I was Andy's dad and I heard this man go, yeah, I would love to have a cup of coffee, I'd be like, the hell you will. But Jaden, I'll drop you off.
I know.
You want me to pick you up, Jaden? What?
I could see Jaden sitting at the table with Andy Joe's dad, and they're just talking retirement together.
Oh my
And
god!
funny enough, I just realized that some days I sound like my parents too. Like it's actually crazy. And again, all of my friends are like this. Well, I have like friend group A and friend group B. Like we've all had that. My friend group of people that sound like our parents. One conversation we have a lot is like, what happened to the music industry?
Oh my God.
And that conversation happens quite often.
That is a conversation I would love to have with you.
Yes.
See?
Oh my gosh.
I get so upset because I'm like, my parents had this, the people before my parents had this,
They had
and I have
such
this.
great music, and we get rap.
How?
That
Everything
shouldn't
sounds
even
the
be
same.
considered rap.
I'm like, I throw my hands up like, what are we doing?
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
Can I just? How are we the youngest people on this show right
don't
now?
know.
I don't.
I think I'm just gonna crawl out this window.
Right, Renee?
I'm like,
I've never wanted cold air so bad.
I know.
Crazy enough, my heart was broken when someone I met, a while back at school didn't know who Christina Aguilera was. Like, my heart was broken.
Are you kidding me?
I was upset.
I love that you are so educated on the generations.
I know.
Prior
I-
to us, we are like that in
I'm-
a lot of ways.
Because-
and I love
because
that
I'm
about
broken
you.
that you use Christina Aguilera as a timestamp.
Multi-generational.
I'm like,
She is multi-generational.
She is multi-generational.
Here's the thing, too, is that it's interesting because a lot of people your age, Jaden, you and Andy Joe, that are 15 and 19, you guys think that history starts when you guys were born.
Yeah.
Like you have no concept of a history, and you guys get it, which is crazy.